Hey man, it's A-Man, reviewing the Crane, but not this Crane, but the Zhiyun Crane 3. Straight away, the reason why I wanted to purchase the Zhiyun Crane 3 was to stabilize images and video recording. Due to my camera only having lens stabilization, I noticed that most of my footage was still shaky. I wanted extra oomph and a cinematic smoothness. Those are the small reasons, and now on to the unboxing. Within the white box there's another box, and within that case is all the equipment. There's a 1/4 inch mount, a lens support, an 18560 battery charger with a micro B port, a micro B cable to USB, 2 battery boxes, 1 for spare and 1 for main usage. Altogether there are 4 batteries. This is the handle where you put the batteries in. At the bottom there's a 1/4 inch mount. Within the handle there's an adapter. Removing that will allow you to fit in the 26500 battery, which has higher capacity and longer battery life. And finally, the crane itself. The crane itself weighs 950 grams, additionally, with a maximum supported weight of 1200 grams. The tilt, roll and pan axes are all unlimited rotation. To balance the gimbal, I'd recommend getting a small tripod like this Manfrotto. Simply attach it to the bottom of the gimbal and then expand and sit. What I'm using is a quick release mount so I could quickly attach my camera on the go. So here's a sped up footage of me trying to balance the camera on the gimbal. Roughly it took about 2 minutes, but for the first time it took way longer than that because I wasn't used to doing it. Now it's done and it's time to power it on. The gimbal has an on-off power switch, a LED indicator for power, a joystick that clicks in, and a slider. Unfortunately the slider doesn't do anything, but with the accessories that could attach to your camera you could be able to control the interface of your camera, like zooming in on a motorized lens, or use the on-off button to take pictures or to double click for video. The Crane offers 3 modes. First one is the locking mode, second is pan following mode, and lastly pan tilt following mode. This is the locking mode, where the tilt, pan, roll is locked into one direction and it only follows that one direction. Single press on the joystick. This is the pan following mode, where left and right is accessible but tilt is locked down. Double click on the joystick. This is the pan tilt following mode. All axes is unlocked except the rolling axis. You can notice that the camera can look any direction in a freeform sort of mode. As well as handheld mode, the gimbal could go into inversion mode, but I'll recommend turning off the stabilization first and then turning it on again, just because it could spaz out a bit. Here's me in the kitchen testing out the following modes, and I know the toast is cold. So once again this is locking mode, where it's just focusing on one spot. You can also do 360s, forgot about that. There's another one there. Okay, next mode is pan following mode, where you can look left and right. But you can't tilt up and down. Then finally, the pan tilt following mode, where this is sort of like a freeform mode where you could like look anywhere you want and tilt and it will follow and track. Another thing that's not mentioned in any other reviews and the manual is that there is a triple click on the joystick and it will spin around like in a selfie sort of position. So my verdict on the Crane. Well, it does everything that I want. It creates smooth images, smooth video recording. It just everything that a true filmer wants, really. And although it may seem expensive for a consumer who doesn't really specialise in sort of filming but use it for holiday purposes, but I think overall as an investment the improvement really outweighs the cost. The thing about this gimbal is you buy this gimbal and it's all that you need really. For a gimbal this good, it's really hard to improve on. I would say possibly battery life. Well, it lasted 2 hours for me on a fairly heavy camera, but with the weight it can influence the battery life. This is probably due to the motor having to work harder. Another thing is, I'm not sure whether it supports a battery bank, so you could like connect it to it and power it for days on end. In my opinion, that would be quite a winner if it supports that. I looked through the manuals and it doesn't mention anything of that really. That's it for Hey Man Aman, and please subscribe and thumbs up if you'd like.